When I Instagram it, yeah, I'm getting hella likes. Spend money on my bike and you gon' make it till you die. You probably gonna tell your friends your bike is tight as mine. Ain't nobody's 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 bike is tight as mine. Roll to the track one more time now. Hop up in the Reggie, put a bike out. 18 on 18 new whips is what I like. On my mic unless you shit, but need a hype. Just wait till I pull up and you see my bike. You gon' see the double trouble carbon PC pipes. You gon' be like, damn, Mitch, what's the price? I'ma tell you, fucking swipe. You need a pipe. You ain't gonna come close to what I got on my bike. I got unobtainium, this all the stuff you can't buy. You can look, but you just can't touch. You can see my factory recluse clutch. You a book and you don't know much. I can tell when you first pull up. Just by the way that you unloaded out your truck. You ain't bring a stand, that's forget a one-on-one.
It's not over yet. It's just like a stupid goal. We really need to get that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why we. You ready?
I'm ready when you are. You got to stop a little bit. You're gonna stop it.
Welcome to the SplitLine Offroad Podcast.
Are you ready to go GNCC racing? Vamps running to the fences, side by side. Roach gets a better line. Oh boy, we got wheel to wheel right here, string. Oh, and Stu Baylor right behind him. Russell gonna try to dive bomb down the inside. No, can't get the line he wants. Two balls in control. We open back up. Here comes Neil once again. He's looking for the pair. Oh, bumping going on.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the SplitLine Offroad Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Rodney Cooper. With me today, as always,
Brandon White here, guys. What is up?
episode 90 coming at you.
90.
Doesn't it feel just like not too long ago? It was episode 9.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. Hey, if you guys do repeat and autoplay and it goes from our current episode to our first episode,
We're sorry.
We apologize. That episode has a lot of inadvertent listens. It has several million listens.
Sorry.
And it's not our best one.
No.
It's not our best one by far.
Is it not?
I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it's good for a laugh, right?
It's our building block, baby.
Yeah. What's up, guys? I see you guys in the comments. Gabriel Nod, Doug Kirk, what's going on, fellas? Thanks for joining us tonight. Everybody that's going to be in the chat tonight, thank you guys for joining us. If you like the show, make sure you share the show. I think this is the first time we've ever said that at the beginning of the show. So,
Yeah, subscribe.
subscribe, subscribe,
YouTube,
follow.
baby. Come on.
Yeah, let's go. So we got a awesome show tonight for you guys. I think we can officially call it Ladies Night.
Ladies.
It's Ladies Night here at the SplitLine Offroad Podcast. We have Hannah Hunter, ATV, WXC Pro, leading the points in the WXC by 20-some points or so. Just coming off of 4 straight wins, just doing great this season, defending that number 1 plate. She'll be on towards the end of the show. At the top of the show, we're going to be having Rachel Archer coming on. We had her on last year, and she's in a tight points battle. Right now, she's only is she up or she down?
She's up.
She's up by 4 points.
She's up.
That's right. Corey Steed is right behind her, and it's a close battle between those two.
Yep.
So excited to talk to her. We're going to have her on here shortly. But before we get into it, we have to thank our awesome sponsors. First and foremost, we got to thank Guts Racing. Since 1985, they've been creating the best seat cover technology in the business.
The
Brandon, I haven't asked you this in a while. Style or performance?
Style, brother.
I'm a performance type of guy.
Your performance?
Yes.
Performance?
Yeah, because I'm telling you,
I
when
thought
you're on that bike and it's holding you to the seat, and you don't have to like
Mm-hmm.
get arm pump too bad.
Right.
It's no better.
I just figured you were a style kind of guy.
But it's pretty stylish.
Since you don't ride very often. Performance.
Are you? I'm riding tomorrow. Are you riding tomorrow?
I doubt it. I wasn't invited.
You were invited.
Was not
You were invited. Actually, not only were you invited, but it was it was scheduled around your schedule.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might still make it. You never know about me.
Speaking of riding tomorrow, we also got to thank Seal Savers.
Right.
Seal Savers has been in the business saving the seals for 20 plus years.
Saving.
If you want the ultimate fork seal protection, coil seal protection, mountain bike seal protection, UTV or ATV, UTV seals, get the boots on the U-joints.
Mhm. You want to save your boots?
Save your boots. Brandon's got the boot savers.
I do.
Have you tried them out yet?
Not yet.
Nope.
Football took over.
Well, it's
Sorry.
not rained either, really. Well, I mean, it has, but you've not really had an opportunity to ride in the mud.
I haven't ridden in a while.
Brandon's not really a mud rider either, guys.
No, not really. You know.
Those boot savers will keep the dust from down in your boots.
No.
Palm savers.
When I was younger, all right, I didn't care. Now that I'm older, I care a lot.
You care a lot because you got to watch a lot.
Right. And then I got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Put it all together.
Yep.
Rip it apart. You know.
Yeah. If you want to get anything over at the Seal Savers website, make sure you use the discount code SplitLine with a capital S. We appreciate it, and the guys over at Seal Savers appreciate it. It's already affordable products, and it's just that much cheaper.
Please use the code.
Please use the code. We also got to thank our awesome sponsor, Sunstar Chain and Sprocket. Brandon, what are they made of?
Case hardened steel, baby.
Case hardened steel. That was good. But was Doug's better when he was here?
Doug was better.
Doug was better. He had the beard.
He's trained for it. That's like their training program.
It is.
When they get hired by Sunstar, they gotta learn how to say that. Case hardened steel, baby.
If you don't trust me, just look at XC1 line on the ATVs. Look at the XC2 line. Look at the WXC line.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much solid Sunstar chain sprockets all the way through.
You know, I'm sorry to interrupt, but have you seen the Little Caesars commercial with Stafford? Like pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
So this is their Sunstar's case hardened steel, baby. No, do it again. It's
Case hardened steel, baby.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, I dig it. I dig it.
Okay.
If you guys want to save 30%, which is pretty much like a sponsorship,
Right.
go over to Sunstar Chain Sprockets website and save 30% by using the discount code SplitLine30. That's easy to remember.
Easy.
30%, 30.
That's right.
SplitLine 30.
And please use that code also.
Absolutely. We also got to thank XC Gear, Mako 360, Hammerhead 360, the Spurs, top of the line products. Lance and the guys over there put a ton of research and development into what they have going on. The bar pad, I've seen promos of it. It looks pretty sweet.
Yep.
But you can get that Mako 360 for your dirt bike or your ATV.
That's right. You definitely need it. I'll tell you what, Lance doesn't just give you a great product. He shows you a lot of tricks and tips also. So if you don't follow him on Insta, you guys should at least go give him a follow because he's always on there doing some kind of video of like showing you how to do something to make your bike a little bit better or something like that. So I go over and check that out also.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So make sure you guys check that out. And then make sure you guys also check out the Mountain State Hare Scramble series.
That's right.
And if you're in West Virginia and you would like to go race at a local hare scramble series and feel like family, but also get to race some of the best riders in West Virginia or the local surrounding states, make sure you check it out. Richie Nolan and the crew over there put on the top of the line tracks that's going to test you physically, mentally, and it's going to be a fun time.
Yep.
So make sure you guys check that out. Let's get into the show, Brandon.
In the show?
In the show.
I thought we were
Let's
already
go.
in the show.
Let's go. We got the Burr Oak coming up.
Burr Oak.
Some people like to call it the John Penton 2.0. Some people like to call it the Burr Oak. I like to call it. I go back and forth. I go back and forth.
I'll just call it Penton 2 because it's easy to remember for me. But, you know, the Burr Oak, it is what it is.
Yeah. So
the gas tank, what do they get? Piece of wood for the trophy?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
Oakwood.
Yeah, something like that.
It'd make no sense to hand out a trophy made of poplar
Pop no. Or cherry.
or cherry. No, absolutely not. But we got some awesome racing coming up, and throughout all the classes, really. I mean, we really talk a lot about the XC1 ATVs and the XC1 bikes, but there's a lot of good championships going on, and we're going to be talking about a couple of them tonight.
Yeah.
Rachel Archer and Corey Steed are only 4 points away from each other. You know what that morning race is like, and how much havoc it is.
Anything can happen.
Could you imagine coming down to a winner take all at the
Ironman.
at the Ironman, and there's 1,000 bikes in the morning race?
So yeah. So usually that's when they got the split anyways. So they usually have like an A and a B in the morning, and
Yeah.
so it's crazy there. So yeah, that would be intense, and I feel bad for those ladies because they're lapping a lot of people that day, and there's a lot of people getting in the way with you. So it could definitely mess up your chances for the championship.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Then over on the ATV side, the Hannah and the rest of the girls over there, they also do the same. They lap up, pretty
Oh
high
yeah, real quick.
up
Yeah.
into that's a bigger. Both morning races are usually higher attendance than the afternoon races.
Heck yeah, no one wants to run 3
Nobody
hours.
nobody wants to run 3 hours, and nobody wants to get ran over by the XC1 ATV guys.
Heck with the XC1. Heck, I'm worried about those 4x4 pros.
Yeah, the horn coming.
They'll actually just run you over.
Yeah, they will. They will for sure. So, but looking into, let's do a little, preview of the Burr Oak. What are you looking to see out of the Bryson Neal Walker Fowler battle?
Oh man, I think if Bryson wants to kind of put a slow down to Fowler's charge, I think he's going to have to at least finish in front of him this week. If not, if Fowler finishes in front of him this week, I think he might be in his head, and he's going to have the confidence of just huge confidence. So like I said, if he finishes in front of Fowler, I think it's going to slow it down a little bit. He's going to get back control of this championship. But if not, if Fowler gets out in front, I think it's all Fowler from here on out.
That's heavy.
That's hey.
No, I tell you, man. I think now you really find out what Bryson's made of as far as the growth, he handles the in situations. Does he revert back to the Bryson Neal that will break the bike in half to win, or does he continue on the path of staying steady and staying focused to get to the finish line?
Well, here's my thought. He can't ride to break the bike in half because he has to finish if he wants any part of this championship. He's still leading this championship.
Yes.
So, like I said, if Fowler's in second, he needs to be in first. If Fowler's in third, he needs to be in second. That's just the way, what I mean? It's the way it needs to be. But he can't go back. I mean, he needs to ride.
I think he needs to win.
Yeah, he needs
to win this week to kind of like what you said, stop the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, because Fowler's been on a tear, and I mean Bryson rode good. Don't get me wrong, he rode good. Last week, or not last week, but the last race was he got a third place, but
yeah,
Fowler won. There's a guy, Coleridge and finishing between them, so that can't happen. He either needs to stay right behind him or right in front of him to where there's no one can get in the way of it and control this thing.
Yeah, he unfortunately lost his ability to take third places and to just kind of lay low when he broke down at Snowshoe.
Yep, and I'm sure that was a heartbreaker. He still had a championship though. It still had a 10-point cushion until the last race, and now we're down to about a 2-point cushion.
Yep.
So
he's only up by 2 points right now.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
So pretty much, if they finish 1-2, if Walker would win, then Walker's going to take the.
That's right, by one.
Walker's
right?
will take the lead by one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. He's going to have to finish in front of Fowler, and as long as it doesn't push it to where he's breaking a bike or put himself to where he's not going to be able to take himself completely out of this championship,
right,
or to finish the last 2 races of the season after the next one, he's just going to have to be smart but still ride fast.
So we got 3 races left. And let's just say they split the next two races. Let's say they split the next two races. They're going to be going into the final race with basically the same way it is right now.
Right.
Bryson up 2 points, and it's going to be a winner take all situation.
Right.
So as a fan, you're kind of hoping to see that
Right.
that split.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, it would be amazing.
I mean, there's a lot of I shouldn't say that as a fan like that, because there's a lot of people that are fans that want to see Bryson win,
Right.
want to see new blood up front.
And then there's still these
And
old
there's
fans.
a lot of fans that want to see the legacy of Walker just racking off championship after championship.
Right.
So
I'm good for either.
I'm good for what I just said. Split the next two rounds and go into Ironman, winner take all. Because lightning like that doesn't strike very often.
Who do you think has the upper hand, Bryson
At
or Fowler?
Ironman?
No, at right. It's coming into Burr Oak. Whose track do you think this is better?
Oh,
I mean, it's
I
hard
have to pick somebody.
Yeah, you have to pick. Duh.
I can't waffle.
I mean, you can pick somebody. You can pick somebody else other than Walker or oh my gosh, I don't know, Bryson. To maybe sneak it out. But who do you think just between Bryson and Fowler? Because they're both good here. They're
I'm
both
going to
from
give the
Ohio.
edge slightly to Bryson.
Bryson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly. Because he won the last one there.
Mm-hmm.
And Walker said on the show last week that he has a lot of family and friends there. If you guys didn't listen to the Walker interview, make sure you go back and check that out. But he has a lot of family and friends there helping, pointing out lines. He really seems to feel comfortable on that track.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I were there, and we watched him come from 7th or 8th to 2nd in one lap.
Right.
During the John Penton race. And he caught Walker pretty quickly. So, had Walker not broken down, like would he have been able to hold off Bryson? I don't know.
Well, I mean, put it this way, like Walker said, there was only like a lap and a half left. They're getting ready to go across the finish line for one lap left. So, if I remember right, I think because we were walking out of the woods after that happened. So,
yeah,
he only had a lap to hold him off. And was Fowler pushing as hard as he could? We don't know. So. It's a cat and mouse game. It is.
And the cool thing about it is they both have been in the cat and the mouse seat several times this year.
Yeah.
So, it's something you love to see. You love to see it come down to the final round. I love the fact that they each had one mechanical, one drop round that basically is like not having one.
Right.
Hopefully. I'm not even going to say it because every time I say it, something happens. So I'm not even going to say it. But you know what I'm thinking.
I know what you're thinking. So who's going to be the next guy? Who's going to be the next guy? Who's going to be the third place guy or the guy that gets in between them this week? Who do you think?
I'm going to give the edge to Hunter this week. Yeah. Well, man, I don't know because Cole Richardson,
he's on a roll right now.
He's been on a roll. I mean, he finished second at Snowshoe in pro, third overall, and then he finishes another second. Right.
And he's also Ohio native.
Yeah,
too,
he
right?
is. He is. I tell you what, Cole could be the guy. Right. Cole could be just finding his stride right now.
Right. Yeah,
this time of the
it's very
season.
possible. I mean, he just came from overseas and doing that race, and then put it up on the box there. What was that? The Mountaineer in Beckley.
Yeah.
So he's on a roll, and he was just on the podium at Snowshoe for the break. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's up there. I mean, you can never count out Joe Glover Jr. and the sneaky snake, Jerry McClure, or you can't count out Devin Feehan either.
No, you can't.
I mean, all those guys they could be right there.
Devin's been on a mountain a lot lately.
He is. He's working.
Every time I've seen Devin on Instagram or something, he's been on the top of the box at some mountain bike or road bike race or cross between one of the two.
Right.
So he's definitely been putting the work in for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So we want to jump over to the bikes.
Let's jump over to the bikes a little bit. We got to talk about them a little bit. Let me ask you this. I've asked you this question several times this year, and I don't think I've gotten a straight answer from you. Do you think we got 3 rounds left?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think any of the 3 rounds are going to be won by a championship contender?
No. Nope. I think Jordan is in his comfy spot. We call him the Diesel for a reason. Is because he's right there always second and third. He doesn't need to win. He does not need to win.
No.
Does not. He's in the place right now. The only person he needs to beat is Craig DeLong. That is it. No one else.
And how many more times does he have to beat Craig before
he's out of contention?
Craig's
Probably
out of
probably this
contention?
weekend, I would say, because it was 27. I can't remember. I'd have to do the math. You'd have to pull it up or something. But,
yeah.
But I would say either this weekend.
He might wrap it up around early or so.
Right. As long as he stays consistent.
What if he wraps it up around early and then just goes out at Ironman and just balls out and just
Hey.
kills everybody?
Hey, man.
Because I'm like you.
There's no reason.
If I'm Jordan Ashburn,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd like to talk to him about this, we will. He's a friend of the show, so we'll talk about this when the time comes. We'll get there when it's time.
Yeah.
If I'm Jordan Ashburn, I think, like you just said, I lay up
Mhm.
for the rest until I need to.
Right.
Because look at what has happened to everybody else that has pushed it this year.
Right.
Everybody else has ended up going to the hospital.
Right.
Every single person.
Right.
And you hate it for those guys and hate it for the sport that it's happened like that this year. But it's a 13-round season, and it's a long, grueling season. It goes from February to darn near November.
Mhm.
So what I would like to see is Jordan just do his thing.
Do his
to
thing.
the end.
That's all he needs to do.
That's what's gotten him to this point.
He just needs to go out and ride like he usually does.
Yep.
I'm not saying ride careful because that's when you get hurt or mess up.
Yep.
Go out there and ride your race. Second and third. If you're in first, fine. Just ride smooth, ride smart, and pull this thing home. Get that GNCC championship. He deserves it. He's been there, Mr. Consistent. And I think that's the way it's going to be. And
I do too. And now let me ask you this: of the last 3 races, who do you see? How many winners do you see, and who do you think they are?
there's going to be 2 winners, and that's going to be Stu Baylor and Ricky Russell. Those are the 2 right now that I think right now is on the top of their game. You can never count out Grant Baylor because Grant is actually probably going to win the National Enduro title.
Yeah.
Did you see Stu's crash there?
No, I
You
didn't.
didn't see it. Somebody, I think it was on his Instagram or something. Some spectator was videoed. He just got cross-rutted and came up out of the rut and just.
Oh.
But he got back up and took back off like Stu fashion.
Of
so,
course.
you know. But I think Stu maybe wins them out, and Ricky Russell's right behind him. And, Craig DeLong's or not Craig, but Jordan Ashburn just floating around second and third, wherever. Not off the podium, just nice right there. Like, hey guys, you can fight over it. This is mine anyways.
After last week's episode,
Mhm.
I really think that has a chance to win one.
I don't want to say I forgot about that, but it wasn't in my mind. And it could have been because I was just watching him and JoJo Cunningham and them
Yeah.
some motos on Instagram. But he's been looking good too, so
Yeah.
you can't count out bad.
Think about his win last year when he won an Ironman. He won an Ironman in the straight up just
Muddy, nasty, him and
insane
Frank,
mud. And I think that, you could see, there's a chance. We got 3 rounds left. It's getting into this time of year where it could happen. We could have a rainy, ruddy race.
Right.
And Thad's good in those conditions.
Right.
He's a veteran rider. And those type of guys always seem to rise to the top
Right.
whenever that happens. Now, Thad has the speed to do it in any condition, but I really think that you get a sloppy condition.
Mhm.
I don't know what this weekend's calling for. I think it's going to be fine.
I think it's just going to be a little chilly.
Yeah. So
more than-
I look for Thad to be a podium contender again this weekend.
Mhm.
Maybe not a win, but I think by the end of the year, like he said on the show, and he sounded pretty convincing
Mhm.
that he wants to win.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, and until you brung it up, I mean, he's probably about maybe an hour out, and he's from his house. He's maybe an hour away. This is like a local race to him.
Yeah.
From the Burr Oak, so because he's right there in Williamstown.
He probably
so,
hunts there all the time around that area.
probably. So, like, he's maybe an hour outside of there. So, I mean, this is probably like a local. He's probably going to sleep in his own bed. So,
I'm sure he is.
wake
Yeah.
up, drive to the race, and he, if he gets a good start, goes out front. I mean, he might be able to crush this thing.
No, I agree. I think that he could do it for sure.
Mhm.
So, what else we got to talk about?
Real quick, off topic. We're going to win Motocross of Nations this weekend.
That's this weekend. Oh man.
Red Bud.
Um,
Yes or no?
Yes.
We better. Dang.
We better. If we're ever going to do it, daggone it, this year's the year. I mean, look who we have on the team.
Right.
Hopefully Cooper doesn't mess it up too bad.
I don't think he's going to be the issue. I mean, is Chase Sexton better just keep it on two wheels? No, the only one that worried me a little bit was Ferrandis is now riding for French.
Is he now
France.
right?
Yeah,
he's been off the bike so long.
Yeah, but he's good. You know what I mean? He's just one of those guys that are good. You know, you don't have to win every one. You just got to, finish, consecutively.
I say we get 1-2 every time.
I hope. It'd be nice if we went 1, 2, 3. Somehow Coop get up there on the third and just boom, boom, boom.
They're never all three on the track at the same time, are they?
No, there's only 2 guys.
Yeah.
So
how would we do?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
No, I do think that we win, though. I'm glad to see that it's in the U.S. again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping. I've not looked, but I'm hoping there's an easy way to watch it.
There isn't. You have to subscribe to like MXGP or something, and
you think I can watch it with my bootleg TV thing?
You gonna put that out there? Maybe.
So, what do you say we get Rachel on?
Yeah.
Let's talk to her. I'm excited to talk about this championship so far. She's had several ups and downs in the season, but she's a real consistent rider overall. So I think that it's going to be a fun championship. Corey's riding amazing as well.
Yeah,
so,
it's going to be interesting. It's going to be something to watch. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Hey, Rachel.
Hey.
Hey, it's Cooper and Brandon from the SplitLine Show. How are you?
Good.
Good. We were just talking about the championship battle you have going on. Man, you're locked into another one, another tight battle this year, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to come down to the line, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were actually, what race was it, Brandon? We were at the Mountaineer and saw you were struck. We were just talking about how that was one of the races where you struggled, but you've had some great rides this year and a couple of rides, and it's just that have not gone your way. But for the most part this year, it's just been consistent ride after consistent ride for you.
Yeah, it's been a bit up and down this year. Me battling Epstein-Barr virus at the start of the year, and then I had couple of races. I had some issues. I had a big crash in one, and then the bent sprocket in another one. So that's an 8th and a 10th, and then Epstein-Barr. My results weren't really where I wanted them to be. I would do really good the first hour, and then my heart rate would get so high I would just hit a wall and drop back to 3rd and just ride it in.
That's pretty crazy. I didn't realize that you had Epstein-Barr early in the season, but was it just from, I would say, just overtraining, or just a lot of things going on, or?
Yeah, so I got it last year when I was in the championship battle with Becca, and it hit me in August last year, and I tried to deal with it the last 4 rounds of last year's season, and it attacks your immune system, and it elevates your heart rate a lot as your body's trying to fight it off, obviously. So when you're racing, your heart rate's already high. So mine would be at one of the races last year was 196 average, and I was at 210 max heart rate, and it just feels like you can't breathe because it's 20 beats higher than it should be.
Yeah, 196 average. Holy crap!
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
So with you having that in the back of your mind, are you constantly, trying to, I guess, maintain your heart rate as the best you can while keeping an intense pace?
I mean, when I line up for the race on Sunday, I can tell whether it's going to be good or not. I'm pretty well aware of what I have to do to stay healthy now, since I've been dealing with it for so long. But I've been working with, I've worked with a lot of people the last year or so trying to figure out how to manage it, and I've finally cracked it. So
Oh, good.
I'm pretty confident that I'll be healthy the rest of the year now. But yeah, it's just trying to stay healthy and not do too much during the season, especially now that we have like 5 races back to back.
Right.
So I'm guessing that means you're probably not on the bike so much during the week, just trying to let your body recover. Or?
Yeah, like right now I'm riding like twice a week and then a couple gym sessions and that's it.
Yeah.
Just focusing on racing and being healthy.
Right.
Now, is Epstein-Barr one of those things? I've heard it before, but is it one of those things that once you have it, you kind of have to deal with it for forever, or does it ever like kind of go away on its own, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it stays in your system basically forever, and if you can get it to a dormant state, then you won't have any like side effects, I guess. But right now, like mine is still reactive, but it's a very low reading. So earlier in the season, back at the Hoosier GNCC, mine was at like a 4 reactive, which is pretty high. So like your liver enzymes and your spleen and everything is super inflamed, and you just have zero energy and always fatigued. There's like a whole list of symptoms. It's very similar to Lyme's disease.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it. That's when you were describing that. That's kind of what I was thinking of is Lyme's disease. But I mean, that's a wild thing to deal with. I couldn't imagine having to deal with that and then being able to perform at the level that you've been able to perform all year, and stay in this consistent championship battle. I mean, it's a close battle between you and Corey right now, but Taylor, has been. I mean, it's been kind of like the 3 of you all year long.
Oh yeah, it's been exciting. Like last year, it was kind of just me and Becca, and that was cool that it was just me and her battling up front. But this year, like everyone stepped up their game a lot, and it's really cool to see us all out there battling, and makes for exciting racing.
Do you feel like your guys' speed has increased with the more pressure that you guys are putting on each other?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like we are going so fast now. It's pretty crazy.
Brandon, how fast are they going?
They're freaking fast. All right. They lapped me pretty easy. It's okay.
I had to give Brandon a little bit of a hard time, but right. Brandon saw you guys a couple of times
they just fly right by me. It's okay.
At the Mason-Dixon.
I get over no bushes and they just go right by. That brings me to one of the questions. So if it ever came down to it, would you want to stay in the morning, or if they would say, hey, if we're looking at maybe taking the girls to the afternoon for the 3 hour, would you be down for that, or would you rather stay in the morning?
From a rider's point of view, I would like to race the afternoon just because it would be safer. But from like a promotional and social media point of view, I think it's better that we stay in the morning just because we get way more publicity, and like everyone's hanging around like at the start for the XC1 and 2 and 3, and so they come over and watch our podium while they're waiting for the national anthem and stuff. And I just think we have a lot more people at our podium than even like XC2 and 3 just because they're hanging around to watch the start. So that's a good thing for us.
Makes sense. I never really thought about it that way. We always say maybe you want to be in the afternoon just because like you get TV coverage, like from Racer TV and stuff like that. So, but I never really thought about, people
at the track.
The track. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even XC2 doesn't get that much TV time, and if we were in the afternoon, I don't think we would either. We don't get any TV time now.
It'd be nice to get some more TV coverage. I know Mikey is probably like, oh man, I'm tired of talking as much as I do as it is, but I would love to see because there's a lot of races that we're not able to make it to, and I'd love to see like your guys' races like covered on the Racer TV. I'd also like to see the morning ATVs covered as well because they got a couple of pro classes in that morning race too. So, I mean, there's a ton of good racing from the time that the GNCC pulls into the facility to the time they leave.
Yeah, I mean the WXC battle right now is one of the tightest championship battles, so it would be awesome to have it televised.
Yeah,
Right.
The two best battles, battles right now is the PM ATV XC1 and then the AM WXC. Those are the two closest championship battles, the ones that are likely to go down to the final round.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy. But so are you running? What's the other series that you're running now?
National
Sorry.
right now as well. Just took points lead after the weekend.
Okay, I thought so. Couldn't remember. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, those are a lot different style races. I haven't done one yet, but I keep saying I want to do one. But
They're so much fun.
they look like it on Instagram, but I'm sure there's a lot more difficult things out there than what they like to show.
You go to some pretty badass places too.
I'm sure.
We were in the Upper Peninsula last weekend. It was insane up there. So awesome.
Oh, really? That's pretty neat. That was up towards Michigan, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Michigan.
Awesome. So, since you're not like a native to these soils, what tracks for the most? Are you more of like, do you like the sand, or do you like when we get, where we're at in the schedule right now when it comes to more rocky, rooty, mountainous terrain?
I do better on the more technical tracks, but I like everything. Like I won Florida, so I still love the sand, and I love Big Buck. Buckwheat's one of my favorites, and John Penton's one of my favorites. I don't know. I like just like riding my dirt bike.
That's right. Yeah. So So how are we feeling about going into the Burr Oak this weekend?
Pretty good. It's one of my favorite tracks, and I've won one in the past twice, I think now. So feeling pretty confident, and I rode today out at Melbourne, and everything felt good. So should be a good race for me.
That's good. Do you train any moto, or do you just do woods, or?
I do a bit more moto in the off season, like over the winter, and then during the season. Well, today I rode out at Melbourne at their turn track. But just wherever I can ride, really, I'll ride.
Right. So, what's now you've been in this position before. Like last year, you were in this position with Taylor, and this year you're kind of in a very similar position, but only with Corey Steed this time. What's it like, having that championship experience going into this year? Because I think last year was the closest that was probably one of the closest battles that you've had, right?
Yeah, me and Becca came down. We were 1 point apart at the end, and she had to get fourth or worse, and I had to win to get the championship. I did my job and I win, but she ended up getting third. So I was very gutted about that.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was cool to see her go out and be able to defend her title before she retired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that I remember that last year. Was it you that had the ankle, or was it her? Was it the foot, maybe? Or am I thinking
I broke my foot
That's what
2 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, 2 years ago.
okay.
Okay, gotcha.
It's all running together at this point.
2 years ago, we were 2 points apart in the championship. So I've been second the last 2 years. So I am desperate to get a win.
You've been second the last 2 years by less than like less than 5 points in both years combined.
Yeah.
Well, Yeah, we're rooting for you this year to get it done. But this year you're in a little bit of a different position, right? You're being the chaser instead of the chasee.
Yeah, I'm not the underdog this time.
Yeah, so that's got
I'm
to
the
feel.
target.
Yeah, that's now. How do you feel about that? Would you rather, like in a race, would you rather be the person in second, kind of watching the lines, or do you like getting out in front and trying to run away with it?
Can't give you all my secrets. No, I mean it's pretty obvious. I kind of hang back the first lap. I don't like to get a pole shot or anything. I like to watch everyone's lines first and hang back a little bit first lap, and then I kind of work my way up to the front. And once I get into the lead, I try and put a gap on everyone.
Yeah. See, Brandon, she likes to let other girls, kind of steer the lap traffic like yourself around that way. That way they know that, that way she knows that you guys know she's coming.
Right.
I like to be in front before we get to that stage.
Oh, okay.
So how long is it before you get to that?
Usually it's about, I think you caught me on lap
Usually
2.
like the end of the second lap or the third lap.
Yeah. The lap 2 was, I think, when you guys caught me. And then after that, it was nice because it was like a train for me, myself. And then after you guys passed, I don't know if everybody just pitted and the track just like opened up. It was like awesome. I was like, why couldn't it have been like this all day?
Yeah, normally the third lap is most hectic.
Oh yeah, probably for you.
Oh, yeah.
So when once you start into the lappers, is it just because that's like the most riders on the track at a time usually during the weekend is in that race. Once you guys hit the lappers, is it just like consistently just lapper after lapper from then on out?
Yeah, they sort of come in waves. They're all in like little packs, and some of them are assholes and some of them aren't.
I don't know how you guys do it because I was like 16th row or something. I can't remember what I was. I was way back there, and I couldn't even pass anybody in my class because it was like 3 people in front of me. There was nowhere to go. They wouldn't move. You know what I mean? So like we're just all just kind of single filing. And could you imagine like 3 girls just calling by, like trying to find their way through it? I don't know how they do it, but
yeah, there's a lot of yelling and revving and swearing. And
I'll bet.
Going on.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know how you seriously, I don't know how you do it because I got together with a couple people in my class and went down like 3 times just for like trying to pass somebody and banging bars and stuff. So
now, how often do you run into the guys that don't want to get passed by a girl, but
most of them are pretty good, honestly, but you'll get the odd one that you'll pass and they'll try and race you and they'll try and latch on and then eventually they'll crash into a tree or something. You'll never see them again.
Yeah, I didn't even try to keep up. Like once you guys gone, I was like, nah, I'm good. Pace myself. Just
pace yourself, Brandon. Pace
the
yourself.
worst ones are the ones that just stop and you just run into the back of them.
Right.
Oh
right.
man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I bet some of the old guys, the old vet guys, like not like the 30s. I bet like the 40s, maybe 40 guys, 40 maybe 50s. I bet some of those guys are pretty tough.
Or
because
they'll look back at you and try to wave you past, but as they're looking back, they'll start swerving into you as you're passing them.
Yeah, it's that, and then I'll tell you what, some of those guys they got a lot of heart, and they don't like to let anybody by. At least for me, like I catch them, and they just get a little faster, and eventually they'll either wreck or they get tired.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
So of the last 3 tracks, I know that you just like riding your bike, but which one is like the one that you've had the most success at, or the one that you just enjoy riding the most?
You already told us the buckwheat.
What did you say? The buckwheat's her favorite? I know you said you liked it.
Buckwheat's cool, but I mean, last year I didn't really get to enjoy it because I was trying to win a championship. So me and Becca went back and forth like 12 times. That is an awesome track though. But my favorite's probably Snowshoe or Big buck.
Man, snowshoe this year, you guys got a downpour
Mm.
on you, didn't you?
Yeah, it was crazy. They cut our race a lap short, and I actually broke my front brake lever off on the third lap, so I was stoked when they pulled us in.
No
I
doubt.
bet.
No doubt. It doesn't it. I feel like snowshoe just has its own like little weather system. Like it could be 0 chance of rain, and then it's going to, you know, there will be a downpour at some point in time there on the weekend that we're there.
Yep, that place is crazy.
Yeah.
And all the fans as well. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun place to be. We always enjoy making that an annual trip, but I hope that track just stays around forever because it's a good time.
Hopefully.
So, have you and the top girls like you, Taylor and Corey, ever talked about maybe trying like XC2 or anything like that?
Yeah, I've had a few people ask me that, and I don't know. XC2 looks scary. It's like a dog fight. They're all trying to kill each other.
No,
I don't really want to get up in the mix of that.
right. Like, could you guys go to XC1 or do you have to run XC2 first? I don't know how it all works since you're
I
guys.
could go straight to XC1. You don't need a
Oh, okay.
That'd be awesome.
on a 450. Let's go.
There we go. So if you ever like wrap up a championship like a round or so early, like would you ever consider doing something like that?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I'd like to ride a 2-stroke or go on XC3.
25.
Fun.
Prefer something.
There we go.
Nah, I just gotta get ready to jump right in.
Yeah, Brandon's saying this the guy that wants nothing to do with the 3-hour race.
Oh heck no. not right now. The shape I'm in now.
Maybe what 10 years ago?
Yeah. 10 years ago we'd be talking.
There we go. So, hey, Rachel, we appreciate you coming on the show tonight. It is awesome having you, and man, it's going to be a really sweet battle that we get to watch the last 3 rounds this year. You guys are really putting on a show, and yeah, we appreciate you just coming on and talking to us about it a little bit.
Thank you. It's been good.
Absolutely. So we will we'll talk to you down the road, and we'll schedule an interview with you after the championship, after you win it, after you take it home.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks.
All right, see you.
Bye.
Why does my microphone keep falling?
I don't know.
Just consistently. It just consistently falls. Yours always stays.
Mine's good.
I'm gonna just mess with mine all the time.
Yeah, he's always messing with it over there. But man, I tell you what, Epstein Barr is what I've heard is nothing to mess around with, and that's a lot to deal with, especially when you're in a championship fight.
It is,
and
then having to like just have that in your mind while you're racing.
Mhm.
That's wild.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure her body's after a 2-hour race, it's probably like, man, I just want to go home and go to sleep. But that's awesome to hear from like Rachel how she's dealing with everything, and right now she's in the points lead and in the driver's seat, and hopefully she can pull it off and be cool to see.
She deserves it.
Yeah.
After the past like 2 years of coming down to the wire,
Mhm.
she deserves it for sure.
Yeah, she needs it.
Yeah.
She needs it. I think if she gets it, she'll just be like, oh,
Finally.
just relax, be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's go over talk about the ATV side a little bit. Our next guest is going to be Hannah Hunter. She is the defending champion of the XC1, WXC1, and just been killing it lately. 4 straight wins in a row, and I'm really excited. This will be her first time on the show, so
Yeah.
we're really excited to have her on.
Yep.
And talk to her about this season so far.
Right. I'm sure. Did she ever lap you? Or did you ever run in the morning?
Yes, I did run a
Oh,
morning,
oh.
and no, she did not lap
Yeah.
me. She did not lap
Or
me.
did you finish? Or
Yes, I finished. Yes, I finished. I would have won that race, but Jay Shad decided to show up and race that same class that I was racing.
Is that right?
Yeah, he did. He really did. He also took the overall.
Jay Shad just crushing dreams.
But I will say this.
Hey, you know what I forgot to bring up? With Walker? How you're just as fast as him.
I know.
I forgot. I got home that night. I was like, daggone it. I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
You would have laughed hard.
Not that hard.
He would have laughed hard.
I mean, if you look at if you take it and break it down to simple
No.
math,
Not even a pie chart.
I'm as fast as a training
You're as fast as
walker when he has 2 flat tires without tire balls.
I don't know.
Just teasing. You all know I'm joking. So let's go ahead and get Hannah on the line. Excited to talk to her about her championship.
Awesome.
She's in a position to where she's up about 20 points. So
she can kind of relax a little bit, but not too much.
Those girls put some heat on it though, for sure, on the races.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Hello.
Hey, Hannah.
Yes.
Hey, it's Cooper and Brandon from the SplitLine Offroad Show. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. Thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, we are too. We're excited to talk to you about this season, defending the #1 plate. And we actually just got done talking about how you really have kind of came in clutch lately, 4 straight wins in a row, and you're kind of on a roll now.
Yeah, we got 6 wins this season, and we got 3 more rounds left. We're hoping for 3 more wins.
Yeah. There we go. I
like the confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. You girls have been putting on a wild racing show this year. It's been real much you guys back and forth. And then you've came on like really strong lately. 6 wins in the seasons. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah. We've been battling pretty much every race, pretty close. And we're excited to keep it going.
Yeah. Are we liking the Burr Oak track or?
Actually, Penton was my first ever GNCC win back in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wrapped up my first WXC championship there. And maybe wrapped it up my 3rd.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
So I guess that's a good place. A lot of good memories.
So let me ask you this: if you wrap the championship up early, do you ever do anything like crazy, like go and run the PM race, or do you just stick to the AM race for the last couple rounds?
I haven't done anything yet, but we got a plan for Ironman going out to 250.
Oh, nice! And I saw it on Instagram. Thing's sweet looking.
Yep.
2 strokes are making a
comfortable on it, so.
Yeah. This is starting to make a comeback. Someone else is doing that, aren't they? Somebody else is running a 2-stroke, maybe not. McGill, maybe.
Is he?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I can't keep up.
He has a couple of them.
So we had Stephen Harrow on too long ago, and the thing that popped in my mind was how he got a message from you, wanting to know who the heck he was after he beat you. I was just hearing your side of the story there.
Yeah, I got done with the race, and my dad looked at the results, and he's like, "A C rider? Who the heck is he beating you in the overall?" And I had to just see who he was, and we got to get to know each other, and here we are.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. Not too many times you see a C rider up there that far in the overall, especially somebody like him that didn't have. I mean, he was a legit, should have been in C class because he didn't have that much experience.
Right.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
So Dad was Dad pretty upset, or was he just like trying to figure out what was going on?
He was just joking around.
Yeah,
but it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
we understand that for sure.
I'm sure you're probably scratching your head too, like what just happened?
Yeah, I was a little confused.
So, now that we're, kind of starting to wind the season down, and you've done all tracks so many times, what tracks do you feel like suit your riding ability the best? Which do you have the most fun in? And what do you like? Do you like the down south tracks with the sand, or do you would you rather be up north like we are right now?
I kind of like the north tracks better. more of like a snowshoe. This last one Mountaineer. I like the rocks, tough tracks, but also Ironman's good one, super fast. I said I'd do better up north.
Yeah, I'll say that, man. I kind of I like so. And I you know how I am. I like the stuff that's slower,
Mhm.
kind of like Hannah. Just like your. I mean, you got your fast fire roads at Snowshoe, but like
You're
you
slow
know,
technical.
yeah, slow technical. I feel like if I'm walking off the bike, it's not going to hurt as bad.
Mhm.
But like you just said,
Mhm.
Ironman, that track is like fast.
Yeah, it's so flowy. It's so fun.
Mhm.
And then all the fans just hearing everyone screaming.
All right, so which fans do you prefer better, Snowshoe fans or Ironman fans? Who tops the charts for you? Because this is a constant battle.
Well, for the AM, I'd have to say Ironman.
Okay.
There's not many out there in the AM during snowshoe.
Yeah,
They're all online. They're all online to go down to Howard's Hole.
yeah. There's a long.
Yeah, they're all in Howard's Hole.
Yeah, they don't get to run.
No,
They don't get to run
no.
Howard's Hole. do they?
Isaiah White has been screaming to the mountaintops, free Howard's Hole for years, and I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would like to run Howard's Hole when you guys are there.
Yeah, actually, I ran it the last year they ran the AM and on my
Okay.
250 in
Oh,
the women's amateur class. So I got the taste of it.
now would you prefer those fans or the Ironman fans?
Those fans. Actually, my dad was running through the whole hole with me
Oh,
alongside of me.
That's
the
cool.
whole
That's
time.
awesome. That's awesome.
That's cool. That's cool. And
Yeah.
that shows some athleticism on your dad's part for being able to do that, because those rocks are slippery, and
Yep.
you'd be really easy to fall or roll an ankle or something,
Or get lost in the crowd.
or get lost in the crowd. That's right. That crowd is I think that crowd's getting wilder every year.
Yeah, I haven't been down there.
So what got you started in the racing? I know we haven't had you on the show before, but so what's kind of your backstory? How'd you get into it?
My dad did a couple back then, and then he was actually the pit crew for Matt Smiley. He worked at Max's for a little bit, changing tires, and then in '09 I started riding, and then 2010 we did a couple of GNCCs, and then in 2011 we did the full series.
So just hopped right on and started on pretty good,
Yeah, ran in the family kind of.
right?
Yep.
That's sometimes you started out when some people start out when they're 5 and some people start out when they're 18, and
Yep.
this the way it goes. But it's always cool to hear those backstories, and your dad had a little bit of it in his blood, so that's the way kind of follow the footsteps.
Pretty much.
Now, do you ride any motocross, or is it just strictly woods, or do you like to jump, or?
I stay away from those jumps. I try to stay on the ground as much as possible.
Oh, really?
I understand.
I like to jump, so that's what I was curious.
So going into the final rounds of the season, with the point gap that you have, like you said, your goal is to win all last 3, but do you ever have it in your mind like, oh, I need to take it easy and protect the points lead, or is it always just like, let's just go?
I just take it race by race.
Yeah.
See how it goes. I try to keep it out of my head, like the points and all that, because it doesn't really matter. Each race is so different. But we're going to go into this race and just keep our head up and just ride smart. That's the key.
Right.
Finish the race.
Right. So, what's your typical week in between races look like? I know, when we talked about doing the podcast, you said that you had to work. So I'm guessing you have a weekday job that you have to deal with, and along with training and everything. How do you work all that out and fit it all in?
I right now, I'm during the week. I work with my dad landscaping,
Okay.
and then I get home. I either do some vapor blasting or I've been zig plating bolts. Just trying to stay busy. I don't really have a schedule to train or ride. I don't have any land around me to actually ride.
Oh man.
So I just try to race every weekend. That's my training.
What local series are you racing on the off weekends?
Either D6. I hop around D6, Niola. If I'm up at Stevens, NECXC,
Okay.
A-Works, Mountain State, any of those there.
Okay, gotcha. See, we're sponsored by the Mountain State Hair Scramble Series,
Yeah.
so a little plug right there.
Yeah, I was actually at their last one, I think, or the one before that.
Okay.
Okay, I can't remember which one that was.
Last week was Burn or the. Oh man, Can't-
Burners
Burn
Ridge,
Yeah.
Burners Ridge, something like that. Yeah, they have a lot of good tracks. I feel like the Mountain State Hair Scramble Series is always like a real tight technical. No matter where they go,
Mhm.
it's a tight technical.
Rocky.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you can get through Mountain State, you can get through any GNCC type thing.
Yeah, it is definitely good training.
Mm-hmm. So, man, I just lost my train of thought. I was going to ask her a question. Shoot. So, what do you like to do for fun? What do you like to do for fun, like off the bike stuff? If you can't race your quad, what are you doing for fun?
Working on it,
Working on That's fun.
washing it.
See, that's the reason why I quit racing is because of that fun.
I don't really do anything else.
Mm-hmm. It's a typical answer. Trust me. Everybody's usually like, this is my fun. I either ride a pit bike or I'm riding my four wheeler.
Yeah, I've been doing it for so long, can't even imagine anything else.
We hear mountain biking some. We hear, hunting and
Yeah,
fishing and
E-biking's fun.
E-biking.
oh
There you
man,
Yep.
I'd like to get into e-biking, but those things are expensive.
And all they do is break.
See, that's another thing. Those things, yeah, they break a
Working
lot.
on our e-bikes too. So how's this Sunstar Channel Sprockets working out for you?
We're sponsored by them as well,
Yeah.
so that's why he's asking.
Yeah, I just got hooked up with them this year, and so far I love them.
That's awesome.
Is Doug Kirk your rep?
Yes.
Oh
Awesome.
man,
There you
Doug's the man.
Doug's
Is
the
he
man.
not the coolest guy ever?
I haven't met him in person. yet,
Oh,
though.
okay. Well, you'll have to meet him in person. You can't miss him. He'll be at the race this weekend. He'll have a Sunstar Chain and Sprocket shirt on, and he'll have a beard halfway down his chest.
We like it. We
Yeah.
like the beard.
Cool dude.
Okay.
Yeah, super.
I'll have to look for him.
Yeah, he's a super cool dude. He was actually just in studio a couple weeks ago. He's probably
He's probably
watching.
listening.
I'm sure he's listening right now. The dude drove 5 hours just to come sit in studio for the show. So that's how dedicated of a listener he is.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So, do you do you watch any like racing or anything like that, like motocross, or is it just strictly GNCC?
If it's on the TV, I usually try to watch it.
Yeah, I was going to ask how how you feel Team USA is going to do in the
Motocross of Nations.
thank you, Brandon. The Motocross of Nations this weekend.
I hope they win.
They should.
Right.
They should. They're on home
We
soil
got a
and they
pretty stacked class.
what?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the quad MX of Nations is going on too, right? Over there with Chad and all them.
Not yet. Are they over there already?
Yeah, they're over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were trying to petition we had Walker on the show last week, and we were trying to petition to where we can get some GNCC guys over there for like a Team Puerto Rico or something.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah. So I think we have to ask you the hardest question of the day.
Oh yeah. This is okay for everybody that's on the show for the first time. This is the hardest question. If you had to pick fast food restaurant and one candy for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Chick-fil-A and Jolly Ranchers.
See,
Okay,
have you ever noticed, Brandon, when they make it not that hard of an answer, it's always Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
So Chick-fil-A is the easiest answer. Yeah, yeah.
You're from Maryland, right?
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. So that's a typical West Virginia, Pennsylvania answer. Chick-fil-A. I mean, we don't have anything cool like down south, like Zaxby's or anything like that. You know, it's just.
I mean, the closest one to me is like 45 minutes away.
Oh wow.
Oh, Chick-fil-A?
So do you ever like
Yeah.
drive out of your way to go get Chick-fil-A? Like, damn.
No.
No.
No. If I'm passing by, yeah.
Yeah.
I was up in PA yesterday for a volleyball game, Brandon.
Mhm.
And I know this is completely off topic, but I passed like 37 sheets. Is there a Sheets on every corner in Pennsylvania?
There's a lot of sheets.
Yeah.
But it depends. It depends what part of PA you're in.
Yeah, I was so
He doesn't even know.
no, I'm trying to think. There was really no big towns. I got off 68 and off Cheat Lake exit and
So
went
you were like Uniontown.
downtown. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah,
There's
I'm
a-
all the way on the east side, all the way by New Jersey, basically.
Ooh,
okay, gotcha.
way out there.
So there's really not any land for you to ride out there besides racing, right?
Not if you can find a poor person that owns a lot of property.
Man, that's wild.
You gotta hit them jumps. I know Breezewood's close.
That's not even close to me.
Really?
That's like 5 hours.
Is it really 5 hours still? Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
It takes me about 9 hours just to get to Penton.
Oh man. Man, you really are out there on kind of like an island as it goes. Like there's really no home close tracks. I mean, I'm just guessing. What would be the Buckwheat's probably the closest, right?
Yep.
Wow.
And
9
that's
hours.
still what? Probably 4 hours.
5 probably.
5.
Wow,
Gosh,
Yeah.
man.
What Steven calls it's the boonies.
Yeah. The boonies. Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I'm trying to think of the part up way what would be close, but yeah, there's like at least motocross tracks. I'm trying to think. Is the English town out that way? Maybe. I'm trying to
I
remember.
don't know.
You don't.
If you're into NASCAR, Pocono Raceway is.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Oh man.
So yeah, she's
Up in the
out there.
Poconos.
Oh,
So-
shoot.
Great Poconos.
Yep, absolutely. So, well, Hannah, we appreciate you coming on the show. It was awesome. Like you said that could potentially. What needs
Yeah, win it.
is wrapped up?
Yeah, that's what we looked at the points. That's what we're thinking.
Okay,
Okay.
gotcha. Well, we're rooting for you, and it's exciting to see potentially getting this third championship wrapped up this weekend, and really looking forward to seeing that 250R come out.
Yeah,
Now, if you get the 250R, are you still going to run it in the WXC, or are you going to run it somewhere else, other class?
I'm gonna try the WXC.
I
Okay,
gotcha.
that would be awesome. That'd be an awesome test to see where it would really stack up. Yeah, like with your normal competition, your normal rate. Can you imagine he comes out and wins it in the 250R?
Hey,
That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
I went to the Iowa and I actually did better overall on the 250R than I did on my 450.
Do you feel? Is it more comfortable? Like I've never rode a 250R, so I don't know. But like, do you feel lighter on it? How does it feel?
It's definitely lighter. I feel like I can move it around since I'm so small.
Yeah.
I'm only 5 foot, so I feel like it's easier for me to move around, and it's a little slower than the 450, but it keeps your smile.
yeah,
Maybe you can wring its neck a little bit more.
probably have to keep your momentum up a little bit too. Roll through the corners a little bit faster, probably, and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Only thing I'm thinking about 250R is like, man, that seat is like 5 inches thick. That thing has to be nice and comfy, right?
Well, Brandon, these pros, they don't sit down very much.
It's definitely a couch.
Yeah, it's definitely,
Feeling.
see? Yeah. See, it's like sitting back. It's like, ah.
So that's where the name came from.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. So, again, Hannah, thank you again for coming on the show. It was awesome having you, and good luck this weekend. We're rooting for you to wrap it up and finish the season off on a high note.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you down the road.
Yep.
All
See
right.
you guys.
See you.
See ya.
All right, guys. That was Hannah Hunter. It was awesome having her on. This is first time we've had two ladies on the show at the same time.
Yeah.
Ladies' night.
Ladies' night, working women's.
Working Women's Wednesday. Yeah, before they like that. We'll put the title. Working Women's Wednesday.
No, it's really cool to hear from both of them, actually, because he's like how fast guys are and how fast, we always look at the XC1 class and the XC2s and stuff and see how fast they are. But, man, these girls are just as fast, and women. I don't know if we keep calling them girls, but most of them, women, they're all fast. So it really blows my mind how fast they are. I know back when we started running nationals for motocross, we lined up against a couple of girls and we're like, all of our buddies were like, "Oh, you better not get beat by a girl." Like, dude, I got beat back then. I think we both did, actually.
Did we?
I think we did. Yeah. I probably try to block it out, but
I don't remember. I don't remember girl being in.
You don't remember?
When?
Was it the High Point?
High Point, or was it
Point.
Steel City?
High Point. It was High Point. I remember
in B
it.
class.
Mm-hmm. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Huh.
Yeah.
Pulled a fat holy in B class.
Mm-hmm.
One. I let off the real quick. Brett music just slid on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The good old days.
Good old days. Good old days of
I mean,
motocross.
kudos to these ladies and doing what they do and go as fast as they do. And I like to see a couple of them up and show some of these boys how to ride.
Yeah, absolutely. It's cool to see. And while I did not get lapped, I was nowhere near there overall. So I really don't have
more.
Yeah,
one more lap.
No, I didn't get lapped by anybody in the AM.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I wasn't there, so I can't.
No, I swear I didn't.
It's like,
the last one to not get lapped. I did not get lapped. So, hey, Doug, you didn't. Doug's saying that he escaped the fast food and candy question. Did we really let him drive 5 hours?
Wow.
10
It
hours?
was a busy show. It was a busy show.
Very show.
It was a busy show. I was running late, grabbing the bull, going to dinner and having fun, and I was, doing my thing. Hey, we got to give. Well, I don't have to give Doug a hard time, but you're going to have to. Did you see what he bought? You see what Doug bought?
What did he buy?
300 KTM.
Oh, did he?
Oh, dirt bike guy now.
Dirt bike guy, two-wheel guy.
See, he comes hangs out with me one time, and he's like, "Man, Brandon's pretty cool. I have to be like him, buy a dirt bike."
Do you think that was a side effect?
No, it wasn't. But
so
yeah.
he said next time he's not going to give the answer over the comments.
Okay,
that'd be rude.
That'd be rude. I got you.
Yeah.
So, so what's your predictions for this weekend?
Well, my predictions are the fact that I need to get my SplitLine fantasy team ready.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, guys. I saw a hashtag this past week, and I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I encourage it.
Mm-hmm.
It's what did it say?
Brandon's awesome.
No, it said take down white hair. Hashtag take down white hair. And I agree. Somebody needs to step up. Have you been leading the entire series?
The whole time, baby.
And the only round you won was the first round.
The first round. But see, I'm like my diesel buddy, Jordan Ashburn.
Nobody's won more than one round.
Mm.
Nobody's won two rounds.
Yeah.
I hope it stays that way.
All right.
We've had 10 winners so far.
Turn that AC on.
Yeah, it's getting hot in here.
Very hot.
It's getting hot in here.
We ain't taking off no glue.
But it's there's been 10 winners so far, and I hope there ends up being 13.
Yep, I'm just doing safe picks. You know, I got a little bit of a cushion for lead. As long as I don't blow it with a wrong pick, I'm just gonna wheel this baby in.
Here's the bad thing: there's been like 3 different second place guys, and they get real cindy.
They get
real cindy trying to take Brandon down.
They're tasting it, man.
They pull up to within like 5 points of you, and then they just whoosh
Yep.
off the mountaintop.
Gotta know how to do it, boys.
And they bomb it. They go from like second to 8th. And I have been creeping up.
I see you creeping up. I see you creeping. I see you.
See, my strategy is like you're going with safe picks. I'm going with safe picks and then sending it on a couple of riders.
So you have to if you want to catch me.
Exactly. So I'm trying to, and I don't. My strategy doesn't look like I'm going to be able to catch you by the end because I think I'm like 100 points down or something.
Probably more than that. 'Cause I think I got second place is 100.
I
Second
can
place
look
is
it up right
100
now.
points down.
I can
now.
look it up right now.
For like 500 down or 400.
I'm not 400 down. No way.
Yeah, I think you are.
No.
Yeah.
Billy Bebot is in second place right now. William 316 is in third. Zach Bothwell is in fourth. Ryan Fowler is in fifth. I'm in sixth. I'm 200 points down.
Yeah.
No. I am 100.
198.
I'm 190 points down. So it really comes down to Billy and William 316. You guys have to step up.
Don't blow it, boys.
Zach Bothwell, you're about 100 points down. But Billy, Billy.
Oh, shoot.
Billy's only about 50 points down.
Right.
And 50 points sounds like a lot. But it really can be made up pretty quickly.
Right.
All right. I mean,
Yeah, if you pick the right.
Even if you just pick a solid, and let's say Brandon would a rider. If Brandon has 2 riders that don't finish or don't finish in the top 20, that's 50 points right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But that's why Brandon doesn't pick those guys. He picks solids.
Brandon's picked a couple of those guys before.
Solids. We're solid.
So yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, somebody needs to take him down. Hey, David Hawkins, congratulations to him. He first time he ever played was this past week.
Yeah.
And he finished 5th overall.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
congratulations, man. And I hope he plays next year. Play the whole series next year.
I didn't look on everybody. How did Mason do? Did you put Mason's?
Yeah, Mason didn't do very good.
Mason. Oh, Mason. I got you one, buddy.
Yeah,
I got you one.
Mason got. Hang on. Let's see here. Good. You can talk. for a second.
I don't want to interrupt you over there. So, who do you think? Who are you leaning towards, Neil or Fowler for the championship?
Oh man.
Which one?
Golly.
Which one?
I mean, the 2-point gap means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically tied because whoever leaves this weekend with the points is going to have the have the lead.
Whoever finished in front of who?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to say I'm going to give a slight edge to Walker just because he's been here
He's on
before.
a roll, man.
What about you?
Right now, Bryson.
Mason finished 35th
Okay.
with 97 points.
You know,
With
we got
97
some work
points.
to do, Mason. We'll get you there.
John Yankovic,
We'll get
the
you there.
winner, had 184 points.
Right. Right now, like I said, I think Fowler roll, and right now I think he's got the upper hand. It's all up to Bryson, straight up. I mean, it really is. If he doesn't get a good start and get in front of Fowler, you got to remember he's probably going to be, oh boy, here we go. Now I'm going to chase him down and push a little harder. I think his biggest thing is he needs to get a good start, either get in front of Fowler, which is very hard to do on the start, or get right behind him. And be 1 and 2 the whole race, control it, and somehow slip by him. But right now, my hand, I'm going Fowler for the win for this weekend.
So if Alex win this weekend, he's going to be taking the red plate.
Yep.
Or the white plate.
A white plate with the red.
So I think that I think Bryson wins this weekend though.
Okay.
But then that creates.
I mean,
If Bryson wins this weekend, that means Walker's got to win the next 2 in a row.
it's very, hey, he's done it. You do it. I mean, I really think Fowler's on a roll,
This
guys.
is a big race.
Yeah.
This is a big race.
This is a big one.
Because if Walker wins this weekend, then man,
This
this is a pivotal race right here.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this weekend wins the championship. I'm calling it. Because they got just a little bit of leeway.
Well, I mean, whoever wins this one, Fowler will only be up by 1, so we're going in the next 2. I mean, they don't have to win. I mean, yeah, they've been winning, but like I said, Coltrane, John Goddard Jr.,
nobody else is
German
going to
Ford,
win. Nobody else is going to win this year.
Dude, never know. Maybe
Unless
these guys get tangled up, take each other out.
Unless something like that happens, nobody else is going to win this year.
Right.
I'm just saying they have been so far. I mean, Coltrane did.
And another thing, Hunter Hart has not had he's due.
Is due.
Hunter's due. He rode really good at the Penton earlier this year. And I think he's going to be the spoiler this weekend. I think Hunter Hart's going to show up.
You think he's going to win?
He's
You think he's going to be between?
either going to be in between them or he's going to win.
What?
Yep. Hunter Hart.
Okay, I'm going to say Bryson, Walker, Cole Richardson.
Okay. I'm going to go Fowler, Hunter, and Neal.
Was it?
Fowler, Hunter, and Neal. That's what it's going to run with Richardson in 4th.
Dude, you're going to have Neal
Yep.
getting 3rd again?
Yep. Hey, man, we got to call it like we see it, right?
I don't see that, though. I don't see that. Not at this track.
Hey,
Not at this track.
anything can happen.
I think Bryson's out
Listen,
swinging.
Bryson
this
has
race.
not been in
This
this
is
situation.
Bryson's.
But
This is the track that Bryson has for sure circled as a win.
Yeah, I mean, he has it, but you also got to remember, we're 2 points down.
There is not a shot
we're
that anybody.
we're 2 points
I
up.
am offended.
We are 2 points up and 3 races left. If I'm Bryson Neal and I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, boy, Fowler's been on the ball.
I think
Top
Bryson.
2.
I think Bryson at this point in time.
He knows he's got to. He knows.
I
And
know.
that's what I'm worried about.
I think that he would rather snap it in half than finish 3rd again.
Well, that's the thing. He can't snap it. He can't.
But he would rather do that than finish 3rd.
Right, and that's what I'm worried about. If he goes out there,
So that's what I'm saying. He's not going to finish 3rd.
Well,
he's either going to wreck.
I'm
No,
just
he's not.
saying.
He's either
I'm
going
just
to.
saying.
I should have said wreck. He's either going to break the bike or he's going to finish. He's going to finish in the top 2.
Right.
And I think he's going to win this week.
I mean, that's fine.
I think he feels like he is backed in the corner
Mhm.
to where he has to swing right now.
I mean, yeah. Bradley has the speed. There's nothing against it. He just sometimes he has a little too much speed.
Last week he
I mean, did you not see that swing from freaking Snowshoe?
I know, but here's the thing. Here's what I think chalked that up to. I think that was a freak accident because he wasn't even in the race long enough to pushing. He didn't even make it a mile.
That's the thing. That's how hard he pushes.
No, I don't think that was pushing.
Oh, I was pushing.
I-
the break of the swing arm, and then I wonder how much testing. And this is probably mine. I wonder how much testing he's got to swing arm that he's running. I wonder if maybe that was an
He
issue
raced this weekend.
this weekend, but I'm talking about from the last race when he got 3rd at Beckley. So now he just a little Instagram photo of the new swing arm, and it was running a different one if I'm not mistaken. Like,
Was it Wrath or
it's either Rath or Walsh, wasn't it? I don't know.
I think it's Walsh?
So, anyways, I just know he has a different swing arm. I wonder if that had anything
We should
to do. We should. But I wonder if that has anything to do
Professional, Brandon.
with like
We're
setup
professional.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
If it changed the setup for him,
It may have.
and maybe he just wasn't feeling.
Isn't it interesting that a lot of the XC1 guys run a stock swing arm?
Mm-hmm. I mean, why would they need to go? I mean,
In case you hit a tree, and the axle decides to hang out the top of the hill.
I'm sure Bryce was moving. I'm sure he was moving to do that kind of damage. I mean,
Yeah.
you've hit trees before. and you're probably thinking you're going pretty fast.
David Hawkins says he was running it all summer. True,
Okay.
but local tracks and training in the summer does not always equal to what you see at a GNCC race. A GNCC track always develops so differently than anything else you ride.
It was just a theory. I could be wrong. It was a theory.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. I think they'd be, but then when we talked to Walker this past weekend or this past week, it was a lot of like at the Mountaineer. It sounded like he was searching for traction a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have to give the edge to Walker in a situation like that,
Mm-hmm.
where you're searching for traction, because I feel like Bryson's style is more of like hooking up and bulldogging the track, kind of like, I guess if you want to point a dirt bike correlation, like an Eli Tomac, like a bulldogging, attacking the track.
I agree.
And when the track is slippery, it's probably a lot harder to do that.
Well,
It's harder to point and shoot.
that's what I'm saying. Bryson has to finish in front of Fowler this weekend, even though I picked Fowler to win, because the Buckwheat is more of a technical track, and I'm giving that one to Fowler already. So if he
Which
doesn't,
one are you giving to Fowler?
Buckwheat.
So you're giving with timeout.
Well, listen, I'm saying
You're
he needs to finish in front of Fowler this weekend if he wants a shot, because I'm telling you, the Buckwheat is Fowler's track. That is his style track.
Okay, I agree.
That's technical. It slows it down a little bit more. The high speeds aren't there.
I agree. That's why I'm saying Bryson wins this weekend.
You could say that, and that's fine. I'm just saying.
I'm really just having a hard time with your third place Bryson pick. Bryson, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Listen, I love Bryson. Don't get me wrong. I love it.
Maybe you're just giving it. Maybe you're to him what we did at the beginning of the show.
I do. I wanted to come down to that last race. And
are you reverse psychology him?
I'm trying. Now, I mean, honestly, you want to say Fowler and Neal probably 1-2. However that turns out, but I like to be the guy talk about for a minute. You know what I mean? But no, I think Hunter Hart will be a bowler this weekend, and I don't know if he's going to get up first, and those two are going to be second and third, but he will be on the podium this weekend.
He's due one.
Mm-hmm.
He's due one, sure. I'll say that.
Yep.
But I just don't see Bryson, unless something major happens. I don't see Bryson finishing outside of the top two. I think it's crazy that you do.
Hey. Some people say I'm a little crazy. Bike side, who wins it?
Ricky.
Ooh. Ricky, man, he's been riding good.
Because the last time we were here,
Mhm.
he said he felt like he should have won this one.
Mm-hmm. That was Strang. Strang took it away from.
Yep.
But
Ricky's had a lot of close calls for a win.
Yeah.
He won close calls.
Yep, he should have probably had snowshoe. Him and Ashburn were battling snowshoe the whole time. Possibly should have had the Beckley one last race. Bike issue, we'll call it that. And
Doug says Stu, Ashburn, Duvall. Doug, that was last week.
But you're staying Ricky. I'm gonna have to go Stu. Stu, when he comes back, man, there's something about when he comes back, and I really think Stu's gonna win out.
Win out?
Mm-hmm.
Win out?
Win out.
Sorry, on. I don't think he's going to win out.
Yeah.
I mean, Ricky should have won this last race.
Should have.
Could have.
Yeah, I mean, I see Baylor and Ashburn, and then Ricky and Thad being in the mix a little bit. But I'm going to say Baylor, Ashburn, Russell, and with either a Thad or Craig DeLong in fourth.
I'm going to say a Ricky, Baylor, Ashburn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know.
Doug, Doug says that he thinks Brandon's right. Stu has no pressure and is having all the fun. He
Yeah.
can't have all the fun. Somebody else has to have some
he's-
fun sometimes.
I'm telling you, dude, there's something about it. He comes at break and he's been off for a while. He loves
It
riding.
would be a Stu thing to come out
He
and
loves riding his dirt bike. He's done it before.
he has. He has.
He's just going to come out and there's nothing.
I could see him winning 2 of the last 3, but I don't think he sweeps it.
Oh, yeah, he sweeps
But if he does sweep it, it's going to give us something to talk about in the off season for sure.
it, right? He sweeps it. I
Yeah.
mean, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
What you doing this weekend?
What am I doing this weekend? Football game Saturday morning. I know.
Yeah,
Dude, I gotta be pretty
I
much.
know.
I gotta be pretty much at the buckwheat at
I
11
know.
a.m. on Saturday.
the buckwheat.
I'm in Preston County.
Oh, you're going to the wrong
I'm going
track.
the wrong track.
You're going 2 weeks early.
2 weeks early. Yep.
And I unfortunately have another volleyball tournament going on this weekend.
Did you coach?
No,
I saw that you guys won or something. Didn't
we did well. I mean, I'm glad that you thought that I would have coached.
you?
We won.
Well, see, that I was doing my research. I'm like, I don't see Coop in any of these pictures. He must not have coached at all. So I thought maybe you're going to say you did and take all the glory.
No, I didn't.
I did get my wheel bearing changed in my truck though, so
Good
we're all
job.
good, man. We're
Good.
good. We're ready to get riding now.
Yeah. Go ahead for a second.
So you're just doing a volleyball tournament?
Yeah. I've gotten really into volleyball lately. It's pretty cool to watch.
Dude, you guys should
It's impressive.
you guys should move to PA because they really love volleyball in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I know when I was up there for a couple of years, they were like, let's watch some volleyball. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, men's college volleyball's on. I'm like, yeah, I played volleyball on my guys' high school team. I was like, what? Volleyball guys' high school team? What?
Yeah.
The girls only play volleyball.
Yeah,
around
the
from-
girl sport around here. It's pretty cool to watch, though.
It's and when you see like a really good game going, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, that's pretty
Yeah.
neat.
Well, Victoria's in middle school now, so they're still like a lot of entry level stuff. She's getting really good, but like we always stick around and watch the high school game. The first set or two, the middle school game.
Bump, set,
And
kill, baby. Bump,
I-
set, kill.
Dude, I think Squeezy is like most of the time that they are like digging out those kills. Like it's just like, man, it's wild. It's really cool to
Yeah.
watch.
Sacrifice your body to the floor.
Yeah.
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 Let the body.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
pretty good.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to get out and do some riding this weekend. I really do want to get some riding.
I mean, I know you could ride tomorrow.
What time is that?
4:35.
Man, I don't think I can make it to practice in time.
What time's practice?
6.
Oh yeah, because it's gonna be an hour to get back to practice, so you would literally be there for 5 minutes.
Show up, do my thing, and roll out.
Yeah. So we got a little special thing coming out soon.
Right.
So excited about that.
Mhm.
Got my mic ready. Got the helmet ready.
And listen, guys, if you see his bike, it's not going to be him one because he doesn't ride. So
That's not true. That's not true. I did ride. I rode this year. You saw me riding.
shoot, I love it.
David Hawkins wants to know who we think's gonna get the top amateur overall in the ATVs. Is James Glotta? What class is James Glotta in?
Oh, you're asking me too much stuff right now.
I know he's asking because his
boys.
he got second.
Coming. Yeah, he's
He
coming.
got
yeah.
second.
Mhm.
So let's see it again. I want to
That's
see
right.
it again.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe we can get the top amateur overall. I'm gonna pick Hawkins for
You'll
the
pick
top
Hawkins.
overall.
I'll go with it because I don't have a list in front of me.
Yeah,
You know,
but I do think that James Glotta,
I think he's usually up
Dalton
there.
Keys.
Yeah,
he's-
Donkeys. Yeah, Donkeys is good.
He-
Yeah, man. Hawkins has been riding really good, so that's off to him.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he keeps
James
it up.
James is in college A.
Okay.
He's gotten top amateur overall several times.
Mm-hmm.
And you could always go with the vet A guys. A number of the vet A guys could be a top amateur overall. They've done it many times.
That's your dream, isn't it?
Yes, the dude top those A guys are no joke. We got to. Speaking of the vet A guys, we got to get Mikey in studio sometime.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's been trying to dodgeball us a little bit, sneak around, but
Yeah.
We got to get him in.
Yeah, between Jeffrey Pickens, Thomas Kuntz, and Kevin Yoho, like one of those guys could score an overall
Oh, yeah.
or amateur overall for
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's off.
So Brandon, you ready to take us out? It's been a good show.
Yes.
Ladies' Night.
Ladies' night.
Got a good song for Ladies' Night.
Oh, boy. Hey, guys. Be like all the top guys out there and run Guts Racing seat covers,
That's right.
because that's the best thing you have.
What if we could get a gut seat cover on Hannah's 250R?
She's probably got her own sponsors she's got to take care of.
True.
But maybe next year. You know what I mean?
I know what you
Gotta
mean.
keep pushing. Now, guys, if you want any kind of awesome seat cover, or if you want a custom seat, whatever you got, they got the foam, they got the covers, they got custom guts. Andy Gregg over there, those guys will take care of you. Seal Savers guys, Mason and them over there, Seal Savers, protect your seals, protect everything you have on your bike, your socks, your feet, your thumbs, your palms.
Brandon has the smoothest
I'll wear
palms
it
in the
all.
studio, that's for sure.
Dude, I do, bro. It's kind of disappointing a little bit. I used to have pride in my hands. And haven't been to the gym, been riding. It's not good. Anyways, get over there.
Discount code SplitLine, capital S, 25% off.
25% off, guys. Use that code, please. If you do, please use that code. Sunstar Chain sprockets. What are they made of?
Case hardened steel, baby.
I love it. 30% off over there, guys. Use the code SplitLine30. Pretty much like a sponsorship. Best stuff you have. Like if you want reliability, if you want just reliability, just run and performance, run them. XC Gear, guys. Lance over there will take care of you.
Mako 360.
Mako 360. Get them for your quads, guys. What are you doing? Order them now. Like, go right now. Order for your quad.
You will not regret it. We promise.
Mhm. I'm telling you, the buckwheat. You're gonna want one. I want one for the buckwheat.
Yep.
Go over there and order one of those. And if you ride a dirt bike, you guys already know. Go get some of those. And then for the mountain bike, run the Hammerhead 360.
That's right.
Doug Kurt swears by it. So don't take our word for it. Take his.
He says it adds 2.5 miles per hour on the downhill.
On the downhill.
Yeah.
Imagine about the uphill.
Just walk it uphill.
Just carry it on your back. Now, and then, guys, once you get all that over here on your bike, you're up in West Virginia, come run the Mountain State Hair Scrambles, guys. One of the best local series you can find probably anywhere.
Yep.
I mean, obviously you heard Hannah. Hannah comes runs them. We've had plenty of pros. Adam McGill's there. If you like,
Adam McGill comes and takes everybody's money.
yep, comes takes everybody's money and and takes that money and buys moon pies and throws them out. Gotta love it. But yeah, guys, please support these guys because without them, the podcast wouldn't be where it's at, and couldn't do it. I think it's a show.
Show episode 90.
90 ladies.
Ladies' Night. Brandon, good show. I want to thank Rachel Archer, Hannah Hunter for coming on the show tonight. It was awesome talking to you guys. We appreciate it. And we'll be back next week. Make sure you guys play SplitLine Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
And
Everybody's got some picks in already.
Yep.
Already coming in.
Yep, absolutely. Get your picks in.
Don't make people have a heart attack.
No. Episode 90.
Peace.
Just making me sick of the head too much. You want me about hugging me, saying you loving me. That your phony niggas be bugging. I can with the thug, give me more than sell drugs and push G. Need to get me more with these BBs and then free my weed from overseas. Cause like that release. Fuck the police, keep my wallet obese. Who the windy city woman still coming and gunning straight from the shot. Tonight for all the ladies, let's